Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. It's the Tennessee Volunteers and the Florida State Seminoles. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Guys, the Vols head coach told me before the game, he has been warning his players all week. They're in the top 25. They might have the most talent, but he understands this environment is insane. This crowd has proven to be one of the best in college football, and he understands they can disrupt play calling, communication at the line of scrimmage. He has been playing crowd noise all week in practice to make sure his players are prepared. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, Florida. We're really looking forward to this matchup. We've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. It's the Tennessee Volunteers and the Florida State Seminoles. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Guys, checking in with Coach Heupel before the game, he is concerned going to an environment like this, one of the best crowds in all of college football. They may get loud and frenetic. He has talked to his quarterback and his center about having a high level of communication here on the road. Guys?
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. The Volunteers ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And he's going to bring this one out. Makes a move. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
guy's got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you can tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you can see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No, 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 no. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
He'll bring it out. It's Dodson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. On the ground, it's Bishop. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Matthews. Brought down at the 26 after a 15-yard pickup.
Love that throw there, and I remember as a Gator playing against Tennessee, you knew as a quarterback you were going to have to bring your A game to the park because of who was on the other sideline. I played against Peyton Manning, and I played against T. Martin, who won a national championship there. They have a legacy at that position, and this guy for Tennessee, he has a chance to be...
Finding some room. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Man, that's always a bad feeling when you're holding your gap and then you turn around and all you see is the back of his jersey. The guy running down the field, chewing up all those yards.
And tell the truth, when defensive linemen go after him, do they really think they're going to catch him?
Absolutely not. I played defensive line.
Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
The run to the left. Surge to head for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Makes a grab. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab.
Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Volunteers.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TV.
The extra point here would tie the game. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. they'll try to impose their running game. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. The Seminoles want to move quickly.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go.
Tons of room in the middle. He's at the 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Florida State. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
And it's the game-breaking speed you see right there. He takes it all the way to the house. It's that speed. That's the reason why a lot of people thought if he had declared for the NFL draft, he would have been playing on Sundays now. There's just not a lot of running backs in college football that can run like this guy.
And it's so nice to have that guy back. Like to keep that guy on your roster, it's like recruiting the best player in the country, right? You got one of the best backs. To be able to keep that guy on your roster was the big offseason coup. Like you mentioned, the NFL can also transfer, can go make money elsewhere. To keep him on the roster, and he shows you why. This guy is the catalyst, one of the best in the country at his spot.
So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. We've had some early action here as they take over, trailing 13-7. Running into the open space. Turning it on. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
On defense, when they line up with numbers and they line up on your side, you're like, you're ready, it's coming right here. And then all of a sudden they mix in counters and they pull 1 or 2 guys and go back the other direction. That's a really good job by the offense keeping the defense on their heels.
They give it to him again. Plows through the defense. Got enough for the first. Maybe some room here. The 30. He's at the 20. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Just hand it to him and let him do the work, man. Over 100 yards on the first half. That big, explosive play. That will do it. That will get you almost there. When you can hand it off to a guy like this and he can take it the distance, it makes play calling for an offensive guy. It's so much fun. It's easy. Hand it to him, he gone.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Seminoles offense comes out ready to get this drive started. This has all the makings of a high-scoring game. They've got it back trailing 14-13. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to pass. It's Daniels. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll take the deep shot. Upstairs, he's got it. You want to talk about changing field position. The huge play takes it down to the 37.
I would love to sit here and tell you that was the greatest play call ever, and the offensive coordinator is a genius. I think that was some really bad defense.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's second and 9. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. It's complete to the left. Breaks into the open. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And this offense is a pretty smart offense, and they're going to use their guys and their weapons all kinds of different ways. And you see it right out the gates in this football game. Getting your running back in space, running the real route.
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Really need to find a productive play this time on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Bringing the heat. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Makes the grab. And he will score. Touchdown, no. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. Offense with jumbo personnel. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Got his man. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. Fireworks are plenty in this first quarter, and these two teams put up some numbers as we look at the stats. Now, I'm not going to argue if this production keeps up as we start the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Just a short pass to the tight end. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
We always talk about Yak, and that was 3rd and very manageable. They were just throwing the ball to the sticks, just trying to pick up a simple first. But when you've got playmakers like that can do things after the catch, any play could be an explosive one, and you saw it right there. Tremendous job getting it to him early, and he does the rest.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Right back to the well. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. From the gun on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
After that incompletion, it's now 4th and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. Just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it. You could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Back to pass, it's Daniels. There's the pressure. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Shoots it to the left. Got him downfield. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offense a success on third down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
The Knowles will snap it on 1st and 10. Keeps it on first down. He'll toss it. Hard running there. Inside the 45. They finally knock him down. What a great pitch and run on the option.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
And the Knowles have this offense rolling. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Might have a chance. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Florida State. He got a step and just dusted the field.
And just keep feeding this guy the football, and this scoreboard's going to keep lighting up. This dude is unbelievable. He needs just a little bit of space, and he has gone off to the races. This offense, David, has so many weapons, but this running back is a game changer.
He is, and so many weapons is right. This defense has had absolutely no answer so far, giving up way too many points early in this football game. They need to have a conversation on the sidelines. Get the defensive coordinator, get everybody involved. They need more juice, and they got to find some answers fast.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Caught over the middle. It's Staley. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Tight end getting vertical. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Well, that's not a bad 3 plays in a row. Palmer, you probably never did that in your life, but 3 plays, 3 completions, like he's seeing it very quickly. Good protection up front, finding his receivers, and that's 3 explosive plays in a row.
Could be an alley. Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain
game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. Being chased. Remember, down where you start the slide, and he'll be short of the line to gain.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
They'll try to get it through the air. Got the quick pass. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
The Vols go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Takes the handoff. It's Bishop. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Down Vols!
And that's a touchdown this offense absolutely had to have to keep it to a one-possession game before going in at halftime. That touchdown is going to do wonders for this team's confidence.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's Howard. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. To the air, it's Daniels. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. He lets one fly deep. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left play-action fake. Throws to the tight end. Makes the catch. It's Davis. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42.
Come on, defense. What are we doing? I mean, you can't miss this guy. He's like literally the biggest dude on the field. That time, completely wide open. That's way too easy for the offense. He caught the...
Hits him in stride of the 10. Touchdown, Volunteers. Better fasten those seatbelts. These offenses are cruising.
And that's a deflating end for this defense to the first half. You're trying to hold them to at least a field goal attempt, make the clock maybe run out, use it against them. They couldn't do it. They couldn't stop this offense, and that quarterback just delivered and took the momentum in this football game.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Howard. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking downfield, it's Daniels. Going for the big play. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position, the fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game, just run the ball and take it into halftime. No, they're being aggressive.
He wants to go deep. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to...
Looking deep. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. And that'll do it. Here in the second quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. He'll bring it out. It's Dodson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So here is the Tennessee offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
To the air on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Bringing it back.
The defense thought in this game they were going to have an opportunity to pick some passes off. And what a great job. Down deep in the opponent's territory. He jumps the route. He intercepts it, returns it now inside the 5-yard line, setting his offense up in beautiful field position.
And the offense is out on the field with a first and goal. Touchdown Seminoles! And that one will give them the lead. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
They get it into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. The lead stands at 7.
And that's a really good job by this offense. Watch the quarterback. He basically blocks the defensive player with him, pitches off to the running back, and he gets in there for the 2-point conversion.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. The run inside. It's Bishop. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Grab behind the line. It's Bishop. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Bakes the grab on the left. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down.
Good play call on defense. Third down in that situation, you're just playing a big zone. You want everybody having their eyes on the quarterback, playing in their areas, and you want them rallying to the football. As soon as that running back caught the ball, they all came screaming in. They were able to make the tackle and now set up fourth.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. On fourth down, going to the air. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He wants to change this route. They'll go right back to him. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. He'll set up to throw. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
That's pretty good zone defense, man. Zone defense means I got eyes on the quarterback, and if somebody comes into my zone, then I'm communicating with the other guy, and they pass it off and do a good job seeing the crosser, going to him, breaking on the football, getting the tackle, and now forcing the fourth down.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play.
Makes the catch. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet.
Well, it's pretty apparent who they want to get the football to on this drive, right? It hasn't mattered where this guy is lined up, which side of the field. That's where the quarterback is throwing it. The defense now has got to take account of that. What's that, 4 or 5 catches in a row? Crazy. This defense now needs the key on him. They've got to be communicating, hey, the ball's coming here if it's a throw.
Quick hitting end around on 1st and goal. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Nice execution by this defense on second and goal. And they're trying to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little kick route, try to get my guy open.
Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. They'll run play action. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Here's a big decision for you on offense now. You just gave up a negative play. You lost some momentum down by the goal line, but do you believe your guys can go execute right now on fourth down and generate a touchdown? Let's find out.
Guys, they're going to pass on taking the short three here and trying to get the touchdown, and this is a pretty big gamble. Let's it fly. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on fourth down.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, trying to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
The Seminoles in the hurry-up. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Here comes the heat. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. And the Seminoles line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And he muffs it. It's loose. Slips through the line. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive.
Oof, what a break by the returner. You know, he's looking to try to do some damage and make some people miss and make a big play. And he coughed that puppy up, but what a break. How fortunate is he to fall back on that football.
Off the play fake on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Davis. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn down.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Got room on the return. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football game.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
He's got an open man. That completion will take him inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He showed off the stiff arm, but apparently he needed a couple more. A lot of defenders around to stop him.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, second and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the third down.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida State.
You know, good teams just know how to close games out. And you're seeing that right now with this team, right? Your defense just had a massive takeaway. The offense able to capitalize on that with a touchdown, so they padded their lead. This just speaks to, I think, the experience in the locker room and also the playmakers they have. This game is starting to feel like a blowout.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Coming out with it, it's Dodson. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Under fire. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. Chop, they're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Bishop. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. And the Vols moving quickly to the line.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option and creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off, and the back gets a quick 10, easy. You know, like just chews up yardage. Just really, really tough to stop those kind of plays.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Now the play fake. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Sends it downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Both of these offenses just up and down the field, scoring at will. This QB's already got over 150 passing yards in the game, so he's not going to stop slinging it. Which defense can get a stop?
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Converts on 4th down, and he points and convert to keep this drive going.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw.
Deep shot for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot. In the fourth quarter, you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. The problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the fourth quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge. Using that.
For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Gets the return down to the 25-yard line, and a big turnover caused by this defense. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Running inside, it's Singleton. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew I've got to get.
He's loose. He's at the 40. The 20. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. Of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
Pressure coming. And it's a sack.
Listen, I love when my quarterback gets outside the pocket. I got an opportunity to make a huge play. But when it's not there, now I want him to make the simple play. Throw it away. Don't take the sack. Don't take the loss of yards plays.
And down. Don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Davis. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. Timeout is called. It's the 2nd charge to Tennessee. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the catch. It's Davis. He goes out of bounds across the 25. Mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Buys a little extra time. They've got the two-point conversion, and now they trail by only 9. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, they got their hands team out there for a reason, and that's why in these situations you put receivers, tight ends, and dudes that can hold on to the football, knowing that, hey, all we got to do is recover this onside kick, and David, we win the game.
And man, this is such a low percentage play, right? Like, it's so hard to kick an onside and actually have it bounce correctly and go right. You're right, they put the right players on the field. They didn't get the good bounce, and this one's over.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Trying to beat the D deep. Got it! So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Run in the red zone, it's Singleton. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stopped short of the goal line. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Now on the option. He'll pitch it. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the sundae.
And they add another touchdown late. Listen, this game's over. We all know that, but they're running the football. It's your job defensively to play physical and try to get the stop late and make sure they don't continue to get the end zone.
A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played.
State Seminoles and the Missouri Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Thanks, guys. Checking in with the Seminoles head coach before the game. This is going to be a huge challenge to get this upset on the road. Not only is this one of the best quality opponents they have faced so far, it is a quality crowd. You can hear from the noise. This crowd is ready to get after it. A very hostile environment. We will see how they handle it, and I will keep you posted how it's going down here on the field. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. Looking for blockers. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Shoot, quick toss to the right. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's brought down, but it'll be enough. For a first down.
It's just not easy to bring this guy down, is it? He is so dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands, and it makes me think back to old great Seminole running backs like Warwick Dunn, Travis Minor, a guy that I used to play against. How about Dalvin Cook even? Just guys that could make the first guy miss, and then they were able to just explode and burst and take it the distance. This guy right here, he is a unique talent.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Dropping back, it's Daniels. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Using his feet to buy time. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Third and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field, and we're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
Oh, look at this thing. They may need a flight attendant on that one. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Maybe a crease. He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to run it in with Hardy. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard. They picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Catch inside the 30 and still running. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
And your number one goal when you blitz is to get to the quarterback, make him feel uncomfortable, and they didn't do it. They didn't get home. The quarterback had a little bit too much time. You could tell, felt too comfortable. Didn't even get a hit on him.
Worked it down to the 22-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Headed to the end zone. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
It's really hard on a defense to drop back and know it's pass. And then a quarterback like that, he just has the ability to pull it down and just, bam, shoot through a hole, chew up yards so fast, outrun fast guys. It's just really hard to stop in today's football.
In the red area, it's Hardy. And he's in. Touchdown, Missouri!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Fielded in the end zone, it's Howard. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
He wants to go deep. Upstairs to make the catch. Here he goes. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Noles!
Well, we know, David, talking to the coaches before the game, they wanted to get this guy involved. Weren't able to do it early, but they saw the matchup, took advantage of his speed, and it's a long touchdown.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what the defense is doing, but then now you figure it out, and now you go to your go-to guy. He has all the speed, man. He can win outside. You want to play man-to-man coverage on him? You want to leave him on an island? It's not going to turn out well.
And he tacks on the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
He gets a block. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. They'll start this drive at their own 48. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the first down.
Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Well, this offense, they started the drive with great field position. They're being methodical here. They're not hitting the home run necessarily and scoring these big explosive touchdowns, but they're getting 3rd down conversions. They're staying on the field. They do a nice job there running the football. They look like they're in control. That's a good sign.
Defense, man, you got to go low and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs. Take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. A first down run in the red zone. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Florida State. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Missouri's offense heads out ready to go. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Austin Simmons, the play fake. Oh, they're after him, and they got him.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? Trying play action. Rushes on him. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
He was doing everything he could. Got away from one guy, but not that next one, and he came up short.
Yeah, he needed a few more extra efforts to find a way to make that happen. Nice catch. Nice job breaking the...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. 4th down, Simmons. Snags it, and there's running room. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Throwing Simmons. Got a man. It's Lee. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
Austin Simmons firing again. The quick out. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
Snagged in the middle. It's Lee. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Quickly to the tight end. Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 balls at the 18.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. And the Tigers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. From the gun, give to Hardy. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
And the offense continues to run the football. A second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point splits the uprights. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The run inside. It's Singleton.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Singleton. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Escapes the pressure going right. Throwing on the run. Wide open, he makes the catch.
And I would argue that's one of the most difficult things to play as a defense is those second plays when they start to get outside the pocket. He does a great job buying time. And what does he do when he rolls out? It gets his receiver a chance to get down the field more, and then he chucks it downfield for the big completion.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Just keep slinging it. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously, the politically correct.
There's some room. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. And the Seminoles line it up with a 1st and goal. Going to the run, it's Singleton. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Trying to pound it in. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Seminoles.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
He'll bring it out. It's Roberts. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Simmons finds his tight end. Oh, he's got some space. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. They can make plays.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Hey, man, it's fun to watch a defense that really knows how to pressure the quarterback and that have guys that can win up front. That's the 4th sack of the day. We're still in the first half, but they got a bunch of guys up front that twist and stunt and move and know how to rush the passer. This offense has got to find a way to get the ball out quicker and protect better up front.
Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. Line getting set on second down. Might be calling a hot route. Here's Simmons to throw. Under fire. Complete in the middle. Timeout on the field. Missouri calls it second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
That quarterback has a hose. That dude could throw it through a car wash and not get it wet. Great job of putting that ball on a line to his wide receiver.
Scanning the field is Simmons. Incomplete, and they got a hand on that right at the line of scrimmage.
I love the job here by the linebacker. He just kind of floats and he's shuffling and he's waiting to see which way the quarterback's going to go with the football. Not able to snag it out of the air, but hey, batting it away, it's a big-time play.
Here's a heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And this is why this team is losing this game right now. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times, almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Simmons to the air again. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking for a man. It's Daniels. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They go play action with Simmons. Slings it downfield. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Throwing Simmons. Looking for a huge play. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. Just about set to get this second half underway. He'll return it. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
And down he goes back at the 3.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they've put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Throws to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That's a bad decision by the quarterback. In that area of the field, you have got to be careful. If the guy's not wide open, you've got to throw that football away, because not only are you getting it picked off, but he's returning it now down close to your goal line and setting his offense up in great field position.
And the sudden change magnified for this defense as it's 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Yeah, in this part of the field, man, those windows shrink, and it's hard as a quarterback sometimes to really force yourself to throw the football. You're sitting in a good spot in 2nd and goal. Just throw that thing away. Don't take the sack and put you in a bad situation.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Looking downfield, it's Daniels. Fakes the grab. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that 3rd down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy.
Hang on just a second. I think they're going to try to get the touchdown here. Man, this could be a gamble, guys. They could come up empty. From the gun. Going for 6. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Oh, that stings, man. You did a great job calling the play. You got your guy open. Everything was executed perfectly. And the ball hits him in the hands, and he just can't bring it in. Man, those are tough ones. Those are tough to swallow.
Here come the Missouri Tigers. The offense ready to go to work. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
And winning 1st downs is a for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Catch in the middle, it's Lee. Chinging on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hardy.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies behind the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Again, it's Hardy. Not this time. After finding running room on the previous play, nowhere to go this time around as the defense rises up.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Man, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Simmons to throw for it on fourth. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. Missouri really moving on offense, set up with another first down. Simmons throws for the tight end, and that is incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Throws to the tight end. Finds a man on the left. Finally, they get him out of bounds, and what a big pickup there as they get the first down.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot. He's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. So nice to have a target like that.
9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Might be changing the route. Here's Simmons to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out.
It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
Oh, man, you're set up. You're in great position. The offense driving the ball down the field. You get in the red, you got to make something positive happen, Palmer, and that's not what they were looking for.
No, turnovers. That's why that's a key statistic when it comes to winning and losing football games, but it couldn't have come at a worse time, as you just mentioned, David. Down at this area of the field, situationally, when you're trailing, you simply can't have a mistake like that, and that's the difference between good teams and bad teams.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Back has it. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Perry. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping into the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Dropping back, it's Daniels. Fakes to grab. Smashes ahead. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And the defense is doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Quickly complete. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown, Florida State. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And both sides of the ball late in the football game coming together. Defense forces the turnover. Offense punches it in. 2-possession lead in this 4th quarter.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. He'll bring it out. It's Roberts. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Here's a give to Hardy. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Throwing Simmons. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Simmons on the play fake. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down.
Blue 22. Blue 22.
The offense changing the play. Fourth down, Simmons. Release to the back. Outstanding tackle to keep him from getting the 1st down, and they'll get it back.
Obviously, they fail on that 4th down, but because there's still time on the clock, this game's not over. Who on defense right now can step up and make a big play and get the ball back to the offense?
Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice game.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
The give and tick, 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 tick. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. They'll keep it on the ground.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
3rd and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Off play action. He'll take a shot. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense putting points on the board.
Oh, they could not have come up with a bigger play at a more opportune time. The defense getting the interception and taking it back to the house right at a point in the game when it looked like the offense was maybe going to pad their lead and seal this one. All of a sudden, this game has gotten really interesting.
How about this? A 2-point conversion coming. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Hardy. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. They still need a touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie, and they'll go for the onside kick here in the 4th. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Running inside, it's Singleton. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. To the ground. He's got it again. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Looking for space. It's Singleton. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Give to the running back.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils down to this one play on 3rd down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football here.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Daniels. It's broken up and almost intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 4th down.
Man, an almost disaster again for this offense. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. The defense got their hands on another one. They are dialed in. They really got a good beat on this passing game.
The field goal is no good. After the missed field goal, still an 8-point game, and guys, more importantly, still a one-possession game.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
And this offense is going to have to do more of this, right? They're going to have to be aggressive, attack the sidelines. They're going to need some big plays, trailing late in this football game, but they've also got to be smart and be mindful of the clock.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Simmons. Finds his back in the middle. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. The Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Got some room to run.
Well, they're running 4 verticals down the field, and the quarterback's just hoping one of those matchups can win. But you got to give the defense credit. They were ready for it on the back end, and that is a massive interception late in this game with the score so close.
Huge interception. The 2-minute drill a lot of times decides the football game. And this defense, man, you could tell they were ready for 4 verts. They played deep. They read the quarterback's eyes. They break on the football, and they probably end this football game.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
Yeah, they didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about what could I have done differently? What do I need to become more offensively? Defensively, what can I morph into to make those extra plays, Jesse? That might be the difference in the next game that I play.
Yeah, David, they just need a little bit more. They need a little bit better effort next week. They're going to need better preparation this week in practice. There's no doubt this team has a lot of talent, but we just need a little bit more to ensure that this doesn't
Special teams miscue right off the bat, and they'll take over in really good field position. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. From the gun, the ground game. Shakes off the defender. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to throw. It's Daniels. He's got him in the flat. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Now on first down from the 40. This is a designed run. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
That is such a good run. I'll tell you, if you're going to put on a Seminole helmet, you better be dangerous with the ball in your hands at the running back position, right? You think back to the late, great Bobby Bowden. He was always able to recruit a difference maker at that position. He would have loved to have this guy in his offense because it feels like he can score a touchdown every single time he has the ball.
And guys, that completion might have helped the old confidence, but it didn't help the down and distance. 2nd and 10 here. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And him to drop that football doesn't happen often. You take those lucky things when you can get them.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Daniels. Going for it all. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the...
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Defense wants to bring the heat. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness. Now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the Dome. Quarterback making adjustments. Now here's Simmons. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion. And now,
guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Simmons to throw for it on 4th. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. He's down immediately, but they convert on 4th down and keep the drive alive. Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. They'll give it to Hardy. Here's a little room there. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run the guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Inside the 25. There he goes. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
And that's a big problem for this defense. When you get that guy in space, it's hard to catch him. You got to bottle him up near the line of scrimmage. Palmer, too much daylight too early in that run.
Yeah, you're right, David. And I think that's what makes this guy unique. With his skill sets, you just know it's a matter of time. You just keep giving him the football. Good things are going to happen. Long touchdowns are going to happen. You saw it right there.
Just one of those mistakes that can happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Sends it back in motion. To the air, it's Daniels. Got his man on the outside. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
The D thinking brings some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads it left. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass. Offense still out there lining up quickly on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got him. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard game.
Makes the catch, and he's free. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. The Noles go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They'll run the option. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football.
A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football, and you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the ground.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Here's Hardy to begin the drive. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Simmons on play action. He's got it. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in crease now. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Simmons from the gun on 3rd down. On target to the left. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got his man on the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And this guy stood in the pocket, and he took one right in the kisser and still delivered the ball.
Showed you his toughness there, Reese, did he? And he still had to be accurate with that throw because that was man coverage. He really had to do a good job making sure that football was put on his target.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Finds his man. Ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Look, understand the ball came out quick. I got to break, get hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
Turns to the field. You could probably question the decision to pass on a field goal last time, and they came up empty on that previous drive, Jesse. He smashes his way through again. He's at the 10. Touchdown, no! He shed tackles like a snake getting rid of his skin.
You become a really good football coach when you got guys like that you can hand it to. Look at him, break tackles and shows you the speed to run away from the defense. Jesse, he is an absolute nightmare.
That's a great point, David. You don't have to scheme this guy up perfectly, which means you don't have to have everybody accounted for and blocking because he'll make them miss or he'll break tackles. And then you're right. Once you get into the open field, it's not just physical running, but how about the ability to hit the jets and take it the distance?
it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. They get you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Making side adjustments here. The give to Hardy. Got a little grass. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Here's Simmons to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Across the 45. Shakes a man, and he might take off. He's at the 30. Past the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
And how about the big tight end doing the work for the quarterback, man? Nice, short, safe throw. And how about the speed, the athletic ability? You've seen the evolution of the tight end in the history of football, and this is exactly why. They went from being a big target to now a guy that can make plays after the catch and make big home run plays like he did right there.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Florida State comes out ready to put something together on this drive. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Pulls it on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I just love the individual one-on-one effort by the defense there. Offense trying to go option, QB keeps it, but just too many defenders winning their one-on-one battles, defeating blocks, and getting the tackle for loss.
To throw, it's Daniels. Looking left. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast, and they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimum gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They go right back to it. He picks up maybe a couple before he's stopped right at the 30-yard line. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. Simmons trying not to drown in the noise. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Fourth down, Simmons. Throws to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere. Just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do. But maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
Unloads to the wideout. He's got it.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Missouri comes to the line with another first down. Again, it's Simmons. Right down the middle. It's caught. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Here's the pressure. Touchdown, Tigers. Made the grab in the end zone.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Howard. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Back to pass, it's Daniels. Working that left side now. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Single back formation and they give it to him. Runs through a tackle. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
And he could not get loose on the run. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play.
Booster.
They'll move the tight end. They'll try to power their way ahead. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big third down stop by this defense. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. They're throwing for it on fourth down. He's going to run it. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
This quarterback's athleticism, I think, makes it a little bit easier for you as a head coach when you decide to go for it on fourth down, because if it's not there to throw the ball, his athleticism can just take over. He can go get it himself and keep the drive alive. Really nice job that time by the QB.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air, it's Daniels. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need...
Throws toward the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
It's complete on the right side. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Pulls it in. Smashes through the tackle. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to pass. Throw it toward the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply didn't.
And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. One more play before the teams head to the locker room. Give to the running back. They're waiting for him behind the line of scrimmage as the final seconds tick away here in the first half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Missouri's offense heads out, ready to go. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Throwing Simmons. Finds his man. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Now here's Simmons. Throws for the tight end. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
And that's the start you absolutely talked about and discussed in the locker room. This defense, they didn't have a lot of success in the first half. They needed some good things to go.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Simmons to throw for it on fourth. He's brought down. Couldn't find anybody and get rid of the football, and they'll turn
the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for them.
Finding some room. Got enough space. Touchdown, Florida State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It hasn't always been pretty for the offense, David, but here in the second half, they're still getting a lot of production out of their back. Great job in the open field, showing you the speed. The question is there enough time left in the game to keep handing him the football?
Yeah, this offense is struggling, and then they're down, and they've got to make plays. Maybe this is a spark, man. Sometimes it's just that one play that gets you going. That's a long touchdown run. That's a big, explosive play, and this offense needs more of those.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David. Turning it on! And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Firing to the right, complete. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
And that's a nice job by the offense. Man, I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. This time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
Nice play by the defense, but now is a time they've got to be more consistent. They allowed this running back to go off in that first half, and moving forward now, they've got to try and take this running back away.
Pocket breaking down. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
One of the things I love about this defense, guys, they bring pressure from all over the yard, and that's now the second sack for this corner.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. He might want another play. Simmons trying not to drown in the noise. Bought a little time, lets it go. Oh, it's picked off, and boy, did this D need that. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Man, it's really nice as a defense to force third and long, where you can bring in the nickel, Jesse, and you can play zone coverage with those zone eyes on the quarterback.
Yeah, as a quarterback, too, you got to know with that extra DB out there, your timing better be good and you better be accurate, because if you're not, they've got ball hawks in the back end, and that errant throw gets picked.
And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle, and you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Daniels. Stepping to the right. Trying to escape and get it himself. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
Well, 2 things I love by the quarterback on that play. One, his ability to flush outside the pocket and make a quick decision. No one's open and I'm taking off and running. And 2, get out of bounds. No need to take a big hit. Just save yourself, save the body. Fresh set of downs coming in. Well done.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Unloads quickly. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch.
Really, you're trailing in the game, someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to run it in. Defense just going after him. They stop him for a loss of 6.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Looking for the score. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. The play in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20 on a touchback.
Not all. Make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Austin Simmons, the play fake. Fires to the middle. Finds a tight end down the gut. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
And you're seeing more of this in college football, man. Bringing on more and more tight ends, guys that are versatile pieces. And you see it right there, right? You can still throw the football, and now you got to match up with those guys and their big bodies. Nice throw down the field, nice catch. Nice job of using multiple tight end packages for this offense.
Look out, he's got maybe some room here. Knocked out of bounds. After a good gain on that one, they'll spot it at the 43.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Simmons. Working that wide receiver screen. Right down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Tigers. Into the end zone with a breakaway score.
Yards after catch. That's what this guy gives you. That was a simple slant pass. Caught it, made guys miss, showed you the speed, and it was pay dirt from there. What can you say about this guy's athleticism, man? He is such a weapon.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Howard. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Looking for a man. It's Daniels. He's going for it all. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
Man, and you kind of wondered when were they going to cover this guy. He's been making catches ad nauseum. When was he going to get some special attention? Nice job on the defense. You could tell they were forcing the football there. Broke on the football. Almost had the big play.
So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Seminoles. Once he got some room, it was over.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands, right to him, and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they down pass to finish off a two-play drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Simmons to throw. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Simmons. Here comes the heat. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. Through 3/4 of play, and both of these quarterbacks have put up some stats. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third down, here's Hardy. They stopped him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming. Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Fourth down, Simmons. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Quarterback keep. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front.
It's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again. And how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football. But here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense. Everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Coming out with it, it's Roberts. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here come the Missouri Tigers, the offense ready to go to work. Tie game, fourth quarter, plenty of time to work with, exactly where you want to be in this one. Got his man downfield. Oh, a lot of space. At the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. They move on top here in the fourth. The Tigers are back on top.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you've got to respect it. You've got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The run inside. It's Singleton. Finds his way ahead for 6 and a little breathing room to the 17.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Might as well stick with him. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. The Seminoles are in the hurry-up. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Crosses to 30. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And I love the run call here because this offense does not have to panic yet. Like, there's still plenty of time left in this football game. Stay patient. Stay true to who you are as a team. Get some first downs. Move the ball down the field. You can't get it all back in one play.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Looking to pass. It's Daniels. Got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. This is as big a play as we've had in this game. 3rd down and 3. They'll try to run for it. Turns it on in midfield. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. And the Noles are marching down the field. They'll send the tight end in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He'll pull it down. Keeps it and gets past the chains. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Singleton.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4 at 2nd and 14. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Noles! The Seminoles back in the lead. This is exactly what we expected. Blow for blow, trading punches
players have to make great plays in big moments, right? Step up, break a tackle, do something spectacular, and that's what the young man just did.
And he knocks it through for the tie here in the fourth quarter. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. They go play action with Simmons. It's complete to the left. At the 35, he's open. He'll be out of bounds. Good pickup on that play, and we're at the 2-minute timeout. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Throwing Simmons. Fires left. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Here's a give to Hardy. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's just been throwing bullets all over the field.
Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, it's Hardy. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Now we get a timeout taken by the Seminoles. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Put themselves in a bit of a bind, but that last one is 2nd and 14. They go right back to Hardy. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. FSU calling its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Third down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. Now here's Simmons. Unloads to the wideout. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I don't want to pile on and kill this young man that plays QB. But you have to understand situational football. You got to understand a field goal puts me in the lead. This game is tied. The worst thing I could do is throw an interception. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back.
Right, here we go. Square, square, square. Down, ready. Blue 22, blue 20.
Looking to throw, it's Daniels. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. He's stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down. Wants to throw it again. Good timing on the quick out. Breaks into the open. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. There is striking distance at the 37. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
Looking downfield on first down. Gets it out quickly. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. They're rushing to the line, already in position for the potential game winner. Got to spike it and stop the clock. Plucks it out of the air. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Wants to go right back downfield. Quick strike complete. And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep. A really nice day from this quarterback. Over 350 yards passing now, Jeff.
He's had a plan all game long. He just seems to find his best matchups, and he's done an awesome job giving his guys opportunities to make plays.
Back to pass, it's Daniels. Touchdown, Florida State! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Big-time players make big plays in big games. Coming up with that touchdown with just seconds left in this game now gives them an opportunity to hit the extra point and make it a touchdown game. And there might be 2 more plays left. They kick off, maybe 1 more snap with the opponent. What a massive play in a big moment.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Fielded in the end zone, it's Roberts. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. Got to have a touchdown right here, and this will be the final play of regulation. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Extra DBs on the field to defend the pass. He wants a big play here late. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one. Points weren't the issue, guys, but they couldn't string together enough stops to get the victory.
Yeah, good news, bad news scenario, I guess. Good news is you're going to score. This offense looks like they can be explosive and they can light up the scoreboard. Bad news, though, David, they've got a lot to clean up on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and welcome to college football nowadays, right? This is how it works, a ton of points. Defenses learn as you go, but you got to get better. You got to force some turnovers, create those negative plays. Just can't give up so many points.